Hi, I am your yogini beekeeping witch goddess. Welcome to Do Yoga Do You. And we are here. I'm trying a new way. I'm going to film from my iMac and record on my phone. So it's going to be published on YouTube as just a little quick check-in, human check-in, how you doing as a human type thing. I'm not really familiar with I'll try talking at you guys and not at myself. But let's start with the tarot deck. Always the great way to start your morning is by reading on your phone. The Chani app is a fun way. Astrology. All right, so jumping the gun. We're 8 episodes in. This is episode 9. I kind of took a huge hiatus trying to get my book all finished. It's sitting next to me right here. It's so good. And I've had 3 people with my mom purchasing it. And first we're going to ask the Animal Spirit Guidebook what we need to know. So everyone, take a deep breath through your nose with me. Let it all out. Even an auditory sigh, one more of those. I do have to leave soon to go coach, but Boom Sports. But there's a huge transition happening with all of us in this world, and with us personally and collectively. Pluto's heading into Aquarius. It's been in Capricorn for the last 18 years. So think back to 2008. I guess that's 16 years, and think about what you were doing and where you've come from then, because a lot's happened in my life. I've become married. My husband and I have been running this business for this whole time, and this is his last day coaching today. And so let's ask what the animal spirit wants to guide us for our Do Yoga Do community. What do we need to know today from the animal spirit deck? But trying to control your breath. I'm here to teach you about our breath. We got the fish card. It was so fun. Last night I had my biggest yoga class. I had 11 adult students, and it was really fun to see their just energy all around. And I had the hummingbird card, and it was nice greeting everyone like a little hummingbird would. So fish means restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When in balance, adaptable, travels well. When out of balance, distracted, changes mind often. To bring to balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. My goal is to start releasing this podcast and check in with you guys at least once a week, and maybe I'll start pre-recording some of them and getting better at talking at the camera and not at myself. It's just so weird when you see yourself. Maybe there's a way to turn it off so I don't see myself, but this is my first time using the QuickTime player on my phone. I was such a dork, I had to even check in. How do I record myself? All right, so this is gonna be a quick episode today. I have to leave here in 10 minutes, so I thought it'd be fun to do a couple tarot pulls and talk about the podcast and what we're going to try to do together. I also am starting my New Moon Yoga Book Club. The first meeting's 12/1, so if you live in Denver and you're hearing this message, please send me a DM, tracy@doyogadou.com, and we can hopefully work together. I'd love to have 8 to 12 members join me every month on the new moon, once a lunar cycle, to check in with each other with our goals and with the books reading. And I have a nice fun book list, mine to start. It's going to be so good. Do Yoga Do You, elevating life with daily yoga practice and self-care rituals. Excuse me. It's on Amazon. All right, so this is the Oracle of Pluto deck. It was written by these 2 lovely ladies. Let's see if I can find their names. Written by Aubrey Hochschild and illustrated by Rose Edis. And sorry if I messed up your last names, ladies. But it's really fun because they worked together, and it got released during, I'm assuming this past year, and it's kind of fun when it's a big transition of Pluto happening. So we're going to pull 3 cards. Our light, our shadow, and our homeostasis. What will bring us back to neutral. And it's really fun. These cards are like puppets. So I'm going to shuffle it 3 times. Again, when you are trying to embody yourself, you need to breathe. And I love the ancient Chinese proverb, our mouth is for eating, our nose is for breathing. So if you're a mouth breather, you need to figure out how to become a nose breather. And I promise pranayama and breathwork is the ticket. It's the ticket, y'all. So thanks for tuning in. I'm excited to start being more dedicated to this podcast and reaching out to the ethers and the humans online on the interweb. We are all connected, so, and the internet is only one way of more of showing us that way, you know? And that we're all existing together. Yeah, I think it's actually better that I let my screen die, so I don't have to see myself and I just focus at looking at the green light. Ooh. All right, wise and mighty Oracle of Pluto, what do we need to know today on November 20th, 2024? About our light, our dark, our homeostasis. I always like to just split the deck personally. So we got the moose. Ooh, I'll take the moose. And then they said that your bottom card is the dark card. So I'm just going to pull it. The rabbit. Ha. And then we'll do one more shuffle for the homeostasis. I'll show you guys the rabbit in a second. That's a homeostasis card, y'all. So our heart is our biggest energy center. Despite how smart and intelligent our brain is, it all connects. So open up your heart, eat well, breathe, make the brain-body connection work. All right, so we got the moose as our light, the rabbit as our dark, and the rooster brings us back to neutral. So let's go with the moose first. We got time. And I was reading this recently about our life is always, I think it was I'm trying to remember where it was from. I think in The Secret Language of Plants is the book that I'm reading. And it was just talking about how we're always pressured to go, go, go. And like our society's built on that. Capitalism's built on that. The Industrial Revolution's built on that. The idea that the earth is a machine is where we are having a problem and a meltdown, because the earth isn't a machine, it's a living entity. We're connected to it, we're living with it, and it depends on us and we depend on her. And same with the plants. The plants it's an exchange of things. That's why I love having these animals guide us, because hundreds of years ago, before we had all these other like ways of getting information, that the animals and the plants were guiding us, and the stars and everything. So if you can go back, we're just a blimp in time. Think about what you probably could have been doing hundreds of years ago if you were reincarnated. Whoa, sorry. I dropped the book. I'm back, people. All right, let's go for the moose. I didn't realize there was an actual numbers for this book, so it took me like 2 weeks to realize it. Because it's like it was stuck to the first page. Moose, where are you hitting? 25. But yeah, the fun thing about tarot is you can look at a card, like what does moose mean to you? Strength, knows where it's going, determined, connected to the earth, grounded. And my friend Emily Schramm, Meathead Hippie, go check her out. Mentor in life, witch mentor. I'm not sure what to call her. But she has helped me a lot in my life in the last few years. And what the fuck was I going to say about that? Oh, she was telling me to tap into my divine masculine. She's like, maybe you've done enough divine feminine for the last few years. Why don't we go back and find more like structure, discipline, and I feel like that's the moose. A formidable obstacle or opponent giving something too much power. The majestic moose is an intimidatingly large beast. Until you've experienced the presence of one in real life, it's difficult to appreciate the true impact of their stature. And once you have seen a moose in real life, their mammoth size is truly unforgettable. If you haven't seen one, it's scary. If the moose card appears, you're reading something in your life feels just as large and intimidating as this creature. Whatever this obstacle is, a person, a situation, a problem that needs to be solved, it seems insurmountable and has left you feeling paralyzed and small in comparison. As formidable as the situation may feel, be careful not to give anything too much power or importance. Remember that perception is everything, and the dread is often worse than the deed. It's quite possible that, in fact, the anxiety that this situation has caused you has enabled this thing to cast a larger shadow than it deserves. The longer you avoid it, the bigger it will become. Take action. Read the story David and Goliath and reflect on how David defeats the armed giant with a single stone. Then reflect on how you might tackle your own obstacle in a simple yet surprising way. All right, so is that for us collectively? Is that for me individually? Is that for you individually? How is that sitting and resonating with you? Also, my interpretation was way off in terms of what their reading was. But that's okay. I think that sometimes the cards are speaking more truth than you want to know. So yeah, dig deep. me and my friend were also talking about, me and Emily were also talking about what's blocking me, or is it just a question? So it's kind of funny. And is it childhood trauma? Is it not letting go of the past? Is it the future? I'm just checking this time. 10:06. We might have to pause this and just bring it back here in a minute. But I think we're good. Let's go to Rooster. Let's go to our darkness. Or no, the rabbit was our dark. The rooster was homeostasis. Beep, beep, beep. Rabbit, where are you? 70. Moving to 70. Rabbit energy for me. Playful. Child, inner child. Unlock it. Unlock what's sitting there. Just waiting to be held. Come on. Rabbit. Fast-paced change, decision-making, the need to act. Rabbits are notorious for being skittish. They are hyper-vigilant, ready to act at the slightest hint of danger. The arrival of this card means you must embody the quick-acting nature of the rabbit now. As things are about to start changing at a fast pace, to pull this card hails the arrival of an opportunity to be sure, but it's a fleeting one. It's imperative both to recognize this and to act in alignment with yourself. If you hesitate for too long, the moment will pass you by, but if you act too quickly, you may find yourself in over your head. While this is a delicate balance to strike, it is one that can be mastered. If someone struggles with indecision or overanalyzing, this pressure of the moment may cause you to freeze. It will help you to step out of the logical and instead tune into your gut instinct, be ready to take action one way or another, but don't act out of fear. So I read that fast, I got rabbit energy. Further reflection, ideally the opportunity that this card points to is an exciting one. It may even be an unexpected one. Often there's a leap of faith that's required on some level. Trust yourself to roll with the punches and handle whatever is thrown at you, especially if you don't have time to plan everything out. There's a plenty of potential present with the rabbit card, and these animals are often associated with fertility. Ooh. All right, well, I'm trying to start my new yoga business and my yoga book club, and I'm going to a networking event tonight. What are you doing that's new? Trust your gut instincts. Don't second guess yourself. That's also not trusting your divine masculine, is what Emily was talking about. Like, trust that you know. So if you, especially with splenic authority like I do in human design, know that that feeling that you have is only going to last for a second and you need to act on it. So I've been trying to be like, yes, I'm going. Then like, there's no reason to like piggyback on the idea that I'm not going in terms of like the networking event or like whatever. All right, one more and then I really need to go. How long has that been taking me? 10:08. All right. We're good. 10 o'clock traffic ain't gonna be shit. I've been driving to Parker for the last 15 years with my husband, and it's the first time we haven't driven together. It's the last time it was gonna be, but he's going to his new job after work, so proud of him. 57. Support your partner. Whatever the roads lead, they always lead back to each other when you support each other. It's like an interweaving snake. The divine feminine, divine masculine. Sorry, I just lost what page it was on. What page did I see it on? What the heck? Am I crazy? I feel like I can't read sometimes. Where'd it go? Oh, my brain. Why can't I? It's 57. Crazy. Sorry. Dominance. As the male half of this Dex poultry duo, the rooster exhibits incredible dominance. These birds are naturally territorial, aggressive, and in charge. If another rooster enters the flock, the two are quick to battle out. If the rooster energy at play, you may find yourself being challenged by another alpha and having to assert your dominance. If this card is arrived alongside the hen, then you are in the arena of power plays. Who is in submission and who is dominant? If you are feeling territorial or jealous, ask yourself why. Is it necessary for you to stand up for what's yours, or is this a moment to hang back? It's also possible that you're disregarding the boundaries and needs of other people to make sure that you're the top dog. If that's the case, it's time to take a step back and recognize that relationships of all kinds works best where there's mutual respect for each other's autonomy. Just as you don't want to be stepped on, neither does anybody else. It's funny I just said what I just said before I read this. Further reflection, consider the concept of peacocking, a term used when someone is showing off and making themselves seem bigger and bolder than they really are. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. One is rooted deeply in insecurity and the need to overcompensate, whereas the other is steadfast and tends to be much quieter. True confidence does not need to be boast or brag, and real leaders know the value and respect in the people who follow them. Let's go! Male dominant rooster energy. Moose. Face your pass. Find the block. Rabbit. Trust your instincts and bounce and go after your ideas, people. And that's all we're going to do today. I got to go coach the children. Boomer for the people. Please go follow me, doyogadoyou.com. Send me a message. Let's connect. I got a free 20-minute consult. See how we can work together. I got 55-minute Zoom calls. If you don't live in Denver, I've got new breath work over Zoom. Go over some tarots and talk about your goals and anything else. And I'm going to have a virtual book club too, but one thing at a time, you know? All right, guys, I have to go. Have a lovely day. I'm going to figure out how to close this out. My fingers are stuck. Bye. Namaste. I believe in your love, and I believe in your light. And you got to believe in yourself, too. Toodles.